Hello everyone here, this is Eason Lee from Think Academy Singapore. Today we are going to talk about number diagram. So the number diagram is sometimes we put some numbers in a certain diagrams to make maybe the sum of certain lines or in the certain figures to be equal. So in the number diagram questions, we should concentrate on two different sums. So first is the sum of line or of a figure which is equal, right? So this equal sum we may use S to represent it. So in different questions there are different lines, different figures, but as long as it remains the same, we name it as an S. So the second sum is the sum of number, which refers to all the numbers we need to put into the diagram. So the key point to solve this question is just to find the connection between the sum of line and the sum of numbers. So maybe sometimes 3 or 4 times of S just equal to sum of numbers. And sometimes it may include some overlapped number. So there comes the third thing is about the overlapped number. So sometimes we add the sum of some 3 or 4 multiple lines together, and there are one number that is overlapped by those lines, the intersection point or something like that, and be calculated multiple times. So this is what we call overlapped number. And sometimes the sum of line will add or minus the overlapped number to form the sum of numbers. So it's important to know that these 3 things are the key point to the number diagram question. The number diagram is not popular knowledge point in NMOS round 2 test, and it occurs twice recent years. One is in 2017 and one is in 2022. But I think I should introduce you about this as it's a mixture of calculation and combinatoric. Also, it asks us to have a strong basics of algebra, and we know that algebra is the popular point in NMOS, right? So now first of all, let's look at the 2017 questions. So this is the last question worth 5 points, right? So it says that we should write number 1 to 8 in this circle, also not necessarily different, to make the sum of each numbers in each triangle to equal the number in the middle. So the question is, what is the largest possible sum of all the numbers written? So as I've mentioned before, to solve a number diagram question, we should first find the connection of the sum of figure, sum of lines. In this case, sum of triangles, which is this number, right? And to the sum of all numbers written in it. So let's think of a question. How many triangles do we need to choose to form all the numbers written here? So there are many ways, and for me, the most easy way to solve this question, we choose these 3 triangles. So 1, 2, and 3. As these 3 triangles contains 9 of the written numbers. There are only one number remaining here, right? So there is only one number A remaining. Then we can just easily write the sum of number to be 16, 18, and 12. Then add up the missing A. Now, we know this sum to be equal. So this is a 46 plus A. we want the sum of number to be as large as possible. We should make A as large as possible. So yeah, as we can only write 1 to 8 here. Maybe A is at maximum of 8. So write an 8 here to make it 54, right? So yeah, this is correct, but not for this question. So if you have the answer of 54, I think that you know how to solve this problem, but you are not careful enough. Here, A cannot be 8. Why is that? Because if we want to put a inside, we notice there are a junction 9 here, right? So this triangle should have a sum of 9 for 3 numbers. So if an 8 is written, then the other two has a sum of 1, which can only be 0 and 1. But we cannot use 0. So actually, A cannot be 8. A has a maximum of 7 instead of 8. So the maximum of sum of number can only be 53 instead of 54. Also, as we have noticed that something bad may occur, right? We may find if 7 can work. If 7 is here, let's have a look at this. So it's 1 and 1. So here will be a 6. Then another problem occurs. So here can only be a 9, right? So 7 is not okay. Then here maybe a 6. And let's just finish all the others to see if there are any other insufficient. So now, if there is a 7, so there is only one number not possible to occur. So the 9 here, right? So to make adjustment, so A cannot be 7, then make it to be 6. So for 6 here, we just simply change this into a 2. Then here can be an 8. Then the problem is solved, right? So the final answer is neither 54 or 53, but a 52. So this is what we call the difficulty in the combinatoric. So we have the, maybe we call it the extreme value in theory, but we don't get the extreme value in actual, right? Because in actual, we should write it down. We have a try until we fulfill all the conditions. So here, 8 cannot, 7 cannot, so only can be a 6. So that is how we solve this question. It's not that difficult to think, but it's really not so easy to get the right answer. Okay? Then for the 2022 question, also 5-point question. So 8 is about another number diagram. So it has, I don't know how to spell it in English. In Chinese, we call it 换方. So which means that there are 3 times 3, or maybe 4 times 4, but most normally 3 times 3, right? In the square grid, we should have, as the question has mentioned, so each 3 numbers in a row, a column, and the bias should all share the same sum, right? So in this 换方thing, right, or maybe the number matrix or something like that, we have something that should remember. So first of all, so let the sum of each lines be an S. Here we should have the median number, so which is here, X, right? Then S should equal to 3 times the median number. So the first thing we should know. Then if there is an A and a B here, we can have A plus B, as A plus B plus X is 3 times X. So A plus B here will be 2X. So is C plus D or E plus F, right? This is the second thing. Then the third thing is a Y model. So for the Y model, we point at the median number x, and we write and y like this. So vertical, horizontal, bias, right? So we connect three different lines at three different directions. Vertical, horizontal, bias. And then the 2 points of C and F added up together should be 2 times B. So this is we create a Y model. Both conclusions can be easily proved. Yeah, both of them can be easily proved. So how do we use this to solve this question? Yeah, there are many ways to do it. Maybe I want to introduce you the easiest way. So first of all, yeah, we know there is a 1, 35, and 89 here, right? So which number can we get from the thing we learned? So maybe, yeah, we can use the Y model, right? Use the Y model to have this number. Or again, a Y model here to get this number, right? So yeah, this may be the way to solve this. But there are maybe more simple way. So as we know here, right, it's an A plus 35 plus 89. And here, A plus 1 plus an unknown number. So the sum of any three numbers should be equal, right? Then, yeah, so the column and the row have the same sum. And they all share a common number of A. So what if we remove the A here? So both removed A. And the sum of these two should also be equal to this 2, right? So then we can just get maybe B here, right? So then we can have the B here to be minus 1. So which is, yeah, this is 34 here, right? So it's 1, yeah, it's 1, 2, 3. So we get number of B. Then after we get the number of B, we have in this bias, we can use the conclusion 2 to get the median number, right? The median number may be named as M. So then M should be half, half of this 1, 2, 3 plus 8, 9. So which should be maybe 2, 1, 2. So it's 106, right? So M is 106. And if we get the median number, we should get the sum of line, the S, to be 3 times 106. So 318. Then we know the sum of line. And here A plus 35 plus 89 just is equal to an S. So then we can get A to be the sum of 9 minus all these two numbers. And that is to be, yeah, this is 134 here, right? So there is a, yeah, 124, sorry, 124 here. So, which will make it to be 194. And that is the answer for this question. So, for a number diagram question, it's very important you find the connection between the sum of line and the sum of number. And do not forget in certain questions, if you get the answer, be sure to try it. You write it back in the diagram and you find whether your answer is correct. So that is the way for you to actually get the point. Okay, now that's all for today. Thank you and see you tomorrow.